received a phone call this afternoon from a woman whose son was sentenced to a year and a day in prison. Now look, a year and a day in prison is a long time. 1 day in prison is a long time. But relative to what a lot of good people receive, it's a relatively short sentence. So she was very distraught, of course. But into our conversation, I learned that part of the reason she was so distraught is because she was led to believe that her son was going to get federal probation. And I said, well, where did you get that idea from? And she said, well, my son guaranteed me. He assured me that I was going to get probation. One of his co-conspirators got probation. Further, his lawyer told him, based on his 20-plus year career, probation or home confinement or house arrest or something like that was likely. And of course, the judge came down with a year and a day sentence. I asked her if she knew what the probation officer requested in the pre-sentence report. She didn't know. Here's my advice to you. Condition your family for the worst case scenario. I'm very hard on myself. I did a lot of things wrong while traveling the criminal justice system, but one thing that I did well was condition my family for the worst possible outcome. I pled guilty to 1 count of conspiracy with a cap of 60 months. And I conditioned my family with the idea that I was going to get 60 months. So the day that I got sentenced to 18 months, we felt like we had won the lottery. It wasn't as tragic a day as you would think. And in many ways, my parents felt as if I had gained 3.5 years of freedom. It doesn't change that when I got sentenced, I looked over in the front row and I saw my mom there who was in a daze. It doesn't remove the trauma of the experience, but it was easier because my family kept saying, wow, you didn't get 5 years. So I'm not encouraging you to go crazy and lie. If you pled guilty to a count of wire fraud, yes, there's a statutory maximum of 20 years, but your pre-sentence report might give a range of 41 to 51 months. So I'm not saying condition them to think you're going to get 2 decades and then you get 18 months. But I think it's wise for your family's sake to err towards the higher end of the range, to condition them to get the worst possible number. So if it comes in lower, it makes that sentencing day a little bit more bearable. Condition them as I did my family, and this experience, as I just said, will be a little bit more bearable. To learn more, if you'd like a copy of my book, Lessons from Prison, go to Federal Prison Advice, opt in, get it. I'm not going to sell you anything through email. It's my goal that you'll read the book and benefit. Subscribe to this channel to learn more, and thank you for your time.